It did rain. This is spring. These ransom rainstorms. Where's the shovel? I put the shovel here so the kids and whoever's using the park can clean the puddles, because this skate park, when it rains, that drain system doesn't work very good or efficient. So, and then when it gets dirty, when the branches drop, there's a broom underneath that box. And this helps the skate park dry a little faster, especially this area. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, the Panda Photographer, and I also need your help, because my my rent for where I'm staying is going to be due. And my ex-wife Yuki is helping me out with that situation at this moment. And I also need your help, because what she's sending me is not gonna, it's enough to cover most, but we need the other percentage of that amount, which is a total of $800. So worked out a deal where I'm staying, and she's gonna charge me $800 for 2 weeks for now, because this is tourist season, right? And where I'm staying is a business. It's a hotel, right? Let's call it a hotel, because that's what it is now. So, and I just started my new job, and I kind of need some time to get everything and all my bearings together, because I'm also going to court this week coming up for my lawsuit against New York City and NYPD. Because I am going to be suing for those false arrests. And for abuse of power. And any other incident I had an encounter with NYPD that was negative, that should not happen. But I digress, everyone. But we lost money in the process dealing with Joshua Jones and hiring an attorney and taking out a loan. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, I can probably use your help, as my ex-wife is sending me, well, it's converted into US dollars, from yen to US dollar. So she's sending me about $682. That's the exchange rate. So I just need to cover the rest of the rent, because I don't get paid until the 15th. So, and when I do get paid on the 15th, I got to pay back that bank. Because I'm not going to get any good housing with that, or my credit score is going to get knocked. It's already bad as it is from all the other loans I took out and didn't pay them back on time. I'm also recording this so New York City parks know that I'm always cleaning this park all the time. Parks never come by. The only time they come by is one guy. They came in here the other day, picked up the trash, and that was it. Didn't even go over here to see if it was dirty. No. So, good morning. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. To all my Latinos out there and my mamacitas, let's celebrate. It's going to be a good day tomorrow for you guys. Culture, food, and there's a Japanese festival today in Manhattan, everybody. I wanted to go, but I can't. Don't got the luxury. Because sometimes if you talk to like these cook owners and people, they hook you up. We should take a picture, you Instagram it to them. Yeah. But anyway, guys, just doing my part in the community. I do have a broom on me. I should just use that, but I do have a broom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go for a walk around the city, around Bushwick. I'm not trying to go walk far. Yes. Look at that. Look at those beautiful clouds, man. This is why I love the mornings and the evening hours. I don't like the noon. I really don't like high noon. Unless there's some clouds in the sky. I want some details. All right, I think I'm done. Yeah, let's get this puddle. Get out of here. So when the kids come later on, if it dries fast enough, they got somewhere to skate. Because sometimes, like I said, when there's a puddle here, oh, my panda. I'm surprised there wasn't a puddle here from the rain last night. But then again, it was raining off and on, so. Because I did wake up at 2 o'clock and I was like, oh, snap, it is raining. Put this underneath here. I like to keep the park clean. And also I want people to see me in the morning. Like, oh, that's that same guy that cleans the park. Yeah. You guys don't clean it, but you use it for your doggy poopy. Not cool. Oh, my knees. Dude, the job training. I'm telling you, something's wrong with my knees. I need to go see a chiropractor or something. A specialist. Yeah. But my doctor says, like, I am deficient in certain things, so it could just be that. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, let's go for a walk. I think we did our civil duties this morning. If you guys want to support the channel, there's a PayPal Venmo. It helps me with my rent. You know, if anyone could cover the $120 difference. Could sure use it. Okay. Arian says, bro. Okay. Bro, what? They finally put a light here. So let me tell you the history on this corner here. This is Bayard, right? And Lomier, right? There's a school right down the block, right there. For years, this block had no light in the city. They just put this here just 2 days ago. You want to know why? A child got hit. Bicyclists hit. People don't stop when the nannies or mothers with babies are crossing the street. No one stops. This is why they put the light here. That's why they put the light here, because no one stops. There's a school right down that corner right there. This is a school zone. Should have been a light here, right? Common sense. You would have thought. No, they didn't put a light here for years. People wrote petitions. Yeah, even I wrote on for the petition on the light. They should have put a light here, because when that child got hit, it was kind of tragic. It wasn't even talked about as much as on the news. But yesterday, when a Jewish child got hit by a bus down by where I live, not far from here, it was just like, really? But they both same babies. So I felt like, no, don't take this personal, but I felt like the child that got hit on this corner, their story wasn't told correctly. And it wasn't broadcast over the media like the one that just happened just yesterday, when a child got hit in Brooklyn by a school bus. This is why people don't these buses, even school buses, they break the laws too. I have it all on video. That's the thing. Over the years, if you watch any of my YouTube channels as we walk down these streets, like this guy, he just broke the law. You saw that, right? That's a stop sign. This is my pure example. You just saw him run a stop sign. They didn't even stop. That is what I was talking about. That was a good example, guy. Thank you. Thank you. You just proving my point, bro. He literally just proving my point. Look, there's a stop sign right here. He just ran it. That is what I'm talking about. People don't stop. This is how that child and people get hit. And now people are complaining like, oh, they put a light there. Look. Do you even care about your community? This is why sometimes I have to call out the fake New Yorkers. You weren't born here. If you lived here in the last 10 years, you're not a real New Yorker. You don't understand the sacrifices where real New Yorkers and the real migrants of New York have gone through. Stop pretending you know what is best for the past that we now are in the future. Some people believe that they think they know what is best for people that have experienced more trauma and more of this problem New York has been having. This is why I left and moved out in 2005. It wasn't worth. After 9/11, things were different. So, people should really take this city with a grain of salt. It's not all luxury and smiles and giggles. It could be if people would have got together, if people would get together and try to find better solutions on how they can fix issues. Because right now, you know what the biggest issue is right now in New York City? NYCHA. NYCHA is about to evict 5,200 people because they overestimated by 4.5 years. And now the budget to help people with vouchers or soon have vouchers are now going to be, mind you, homeless. Mind you, they even said it themselves. We're not sure or indefinite that we can replace you or relocate you to a new home. It's not guaranteed. That means you're pretty much homeless right now. Those 5,200 people are about to be homeless in New York City. And that is what I don't want to face. I've been there, done that in the city. It's dangerous. And with the gun violence at this moment in the city and all the robberies, this is why I say, ladies and gentlemen, you got to watch out for those mopeds. You have to. You have to watch out for the guys with the mopeds. They are the sneakiest little devils. They walk around here with first and foremost, like the other day, it was almost 90 degrees out here for like several days in a row. It was a week ago. And these guys are out here wearing ski masks and winter hats and all blacked out, on a moped with no plates. That scares people. And you know who it is doing this? Teenagers. This is why people are having a problem. New York City has a teenage crisis. It does. It has a teenage crisis. And the crisis problem is all these teenagers are so-called claiming to go into school, but they're out here game banging. Dude, like I said, if I was game banging in my foster home back in the day, I would have got to ask them about my foster care. Mom, I'm telling you guys. I'm telling you, back in the day in New York, kids would have got their butts whipped. You would never try to smoke weed back in there. You try to smoke weed, and you try to sneak in the house, and your mom be like, "What's wrong with you, boy? You see your face? You hot? Did you just smoke marijuana? Oh, they really got your back. Tell me I'm not, telling me, I'm sorry, but to you older folks that's over 47, tell me that's not true. Tell me that's not true. Your mother will look at you hard like, boy, you would have got, either your daddy would have whipped you with the belt hard, or your mom would have slapped you up and up. But we had a nanny, right? Me, Jesus, Sebastian, Kenneth, Rufus, Yapia, what's the dude? We all in a foster home, right? And this guy from Honduras, right? We would get these kids, like, you know, like, and the foster mom had a nightstick. Yeah, a nightstick. Those nightsticks that NYPD used to have, those big fat wooden batons that were like this long. Well, she used to hit us with it. Yeah, she used to hit us with it. That's her choice. Like I said, there's a lot of things you guys don't know. But like I said, the kids now today are getting away with so much. You got, mind you, we weren't allowed to bring beepers, cell phones to school. We weren't allowed to bring even a Game Boy. You had to hide the Game Boy, or the teacher would take the Game Boy, and you might not even get the Game Boy back, which is death. Department of Education of New York City. You know how many things you have stolen from me and never returned it? Yeah, that's what they used to do back in the day. Am I right or wrong? If you're from New York, you know back in the day, yeah, they used to take that and never returned it. They give it back to our parents, and then we had to like ask our parents for it back. And then, mind you, did you learn a lesson when they took it from school? No, you brought it right back to school again. Yeah, why is people spamming garbage? Oh, my panda. Call someone, dude, you know, you just see that comment? I'm his daddy. Yo, dude, who says daddy? I don't even say daddy. Oh, my panda, you people are pretending to be something else. Like I said, we get a lot of this nonsense in the comments. One day, this guy pretended to be something, and then someone comes here and harasses me for the wrong reasons. So let me explain this to someone really quickly. As someone that speaks Japanese, some Korean, Hmong, some little Francais, some little German. Let me ask you, can you read and write in those languages or speak? Because if you can't, why are you trying to challenge me? So I suggest step down, sit back, relax, enjoy the show for you haters, because I know the haters are watching. But that's the thing. When I'm going to court next week about the whole situation with NYPD false arresting me with this Joshua Jones situation, they have to explain how did that happen? I'm the one that called, and I'm the one that gets arrested? How does that happen? People want to know. So, yeah. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I want to hit some explanations. Like, why did the officer didn't double check the call? That's what they're supposed to do. Then why did they call me or summon me when I was hiding behind the car? They should have known that I was a victim. If I'm hiding behind the car or I'm standing behind the car, then you should have known, and you see me with camera equipment in my hand, you should have known I was a victim. But this is like police officers are lazy sometimes to do their jobs correctly. They don't listen to the dispatch. The dispatch probably, and mind you, the dispatch clearly told officers, male victim is, mind you, hiding behind vehicle. Then how did they know I was hiding behind a vehicle and calling me over? See? So someone was listening, but they didn't follow protocol. Instead, they just wanted to arrest the person that had more money. I feel like that's what it was. You saw me with all that nice little gear, and you saw this bum, homeless Joshua Jones that don't want to get a job, try to rob me and attack me, and you let him go, and it turns out when I proven in court with only not 10 different surveillance cameras, but there's a doorbell camera with audio, and you can clearly hear Joshua Jones say, "I will kill you" 4 times in the video, and ran to get back a weapon. Are you kidding me? Are you literally kidding me? And I get arrested for using pepper spray as he tries to attack me. Mind you, put his hands on me a second time. Are you kidding me? So when the judge saw the footage, he's just looking. He's like, Mr. Better, you had to deal with this for 3 months? 3 months in financial. I had to spend my rent just to hire a lawyer and take out a loan. I explained this to the judge. Like, I'm going to be suing. He says, he said, I hope I win. What judge says that? I hope I win? Because what he saw was like, what? You're arrested the person. The surveillance shows. This is why this city, you have to be careful, and this is why sometimes you just don't want to trust the system. Sometimes you got to lean on your neighbor, or ask a friend to help you, or walk you, or... This is why, ladies and gentlemen, be very observational in New York City. Please be very observational. Turn those headphones down. Turn off the noise cancellations from high to low. Listen to your surroundings. I know sometimes when you want to listen to music, you're jamming, you're walking down the street, you feel good, and someone just knocks your groove out of the place. I get it. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, New York City is going through some really hard times right now. There was more homeless people on the streets right now. Guys, I work near a really big, tall building. I'm not going to say where I work. But man, there's so many homeless people around in Manhattan, bro. Ugh. They're just like, dude, every maybe 10 steps, it's another homeless guy like, yo, you got $1, $1. They shaking. They look like junkies. No offense. I'm not trying to attack the homeless. I'm attacking the drug use. Let's talk about that. I'm attacking the drug use problem here. This guy yesterday, I'm walking from the train to my check-in office. This guy said, yo, man, I see you last 2 days. You knew? He started, you can tell he's tweaking. Asking me for $1. Like, no, I don't have $1 to give you. What you can do is do what I'm doing. Get a job. Try to find something to do. He's like, fuck you, F you. I punch you in the face. He's like, come and do it. I wanted him to do it. Junkie can't fight. See, you gotta watch out for these suckers. Yeah. Someone abandoned that one. That one probably commit crime. just move out of New York. Dude, what I just said before. Wait. Johnny said, just move out of New York. Johnny, I lived in London. I lived in Winnipeg, Madison, Wisconsin, Vancouver, Seattle, Portland, Spokane, Washington. I lived in Salem for 6 months. I lived in Eugene for 6 months. I lived in San Francisco off and on for freaking 5 years. Because, contracts, work, stuff like that, right? Not only that, we were even staying in San Diego for 3 months back in the day. So me moving out is not going to make a difference because this is happening everywhere. But let me tell you why it wouldn't make a difference. Economy-wise, if I move out, not only I need money to move out. Wait. Here's the most important factor that all you forget. It costs money to move out of New York. It costs me money to move into New York, right? Or to come back to New York, right? What makes you think it's free to move out of New York? See? This is where your logic, it doesn't make sense when you tell people just move out of New York. That's never the solution. Anyone that studied literature or composite psychology education, right? You would know that realistically, it's financial. You need more than $25,000 to $50,000 to move out of New York, and you got to find a job, a place to live, and you have to, mind you, before you even do that, ladies and gentlemen, you have to go scout for your apartment wherever you go. So therefore, you have to make, mind you, this is going to cost, because this is what Yuki and I and any other parent or anyone that has professional jobs working for the government of the city would do, working for a university, right, Yuki? We used to always go to the city first, search around, get to know the area, look at apartments, selected apartments. That's a financial cost. You just can't just pick up and just go. That doesn't work that way. You have to financially spend money in order to move out. This is why I said you need more than 50 grand in order to move out in New York City. And if you're going to tell someone to move out in New York City, what city is better than New York City? DC? Nope. Crime there too. Texas? Nope. Doesn't have the infrastructure like New York does. Chicago? Possibility if you want crime as well. But, like I said, it's a Democrat state. And every Democrat state, in my opinion, mind you, I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Republican. But every Democrat state right now is a bunch of, everyone's spending taxpayer dollars on things that people in the cities need. So wherever you go, they're having the same problem. Portland's even worse. They got a bad homeless and, mind you, drug epidemic problem. Seattle is worse. This is why I miss these cities. I miss these cities back in the day when it was more control. Yes, Portland was more control back then when police actually force and arrest people for drugs. Or for being homeless in Portland. Remember that? That's why this is why I volunteer for that 501c3 organization called Right to Dream in Portland. I was working for the government at the time and I wanted to do other things. This is why I volunteer for Potluck in the Park. If you're from Portland, you know Potluck in the Park is that jam. This is why in Portland or in Oregon, pretty much, you can never starve. New York City wastes 2.2 billion tons of food every year. Portland, way less. Because they have a law. You can't waste food. You have to give it to the supermarkets or 501c3 organizations. And yeah, you have to get the food away. But it costs money to move out of New York City. So when people say, just move out of New York City, like, okay, then you help me move. Since you called this out, then give me the money to move out of New York City. Because it's not that simple.
It's never that simple. It took Yuki and I a whole, mind you, we started to plan this move out in 2004. Think about this, right, Yuki? We planned this move out in 2004. We move out into what, July of 2005? After that whole skate incident, we got the tickets, we cleared our names. We say, you know what? This is nonsense. This is why we moving out. See ya. People, it takes money to move. Stop saying that as if that's the best solution, because the best solution is not moving. The problems is our government and our people. People are rational to each other. People are being violent toward each other. It's not the freaking city. It's us. It's us. Just be real about that. Stop denying all the behaviors that us, what we are doing to each other. Stop it. Stop denying that. And that's the problem today. Everyone is in denial about their behaviors. Even I don't deny my behaviors. This is why we're transparent. When people talk about move out in New York City, I'm a native. Let these new New Yorkers move the fuck back out of New York City. You tell them to move out. I didn't want that moved out and came back. After 21 years, I came back and it still looked like everything is everything's dysfunctional. Gun violence, kids not going to school, kids are on the mopeds, kids are gangbanging, kids shooting, babies are dying from gunshots, busting out in the neighborhoods. You can't even walk down the New York City street without even having your back or being observational. I didn't have to do that when I was in Madison, Wisconsin, or Winnipeg, or Vancouver half the time. But Vancouver got worse. See, I used to live on the east side of Vancouver until all that drug pandemic crap started going on. Then I moved to Richmond. I didn't have to see that, but now it's moving towards Richmond. If you live in Vancouver, BC, you know what I'm talking about. Come on, I've been over this planet 3 times. Doesn't matter where you go, you're going to have economic problems. People might not like you because you're a new guy coming into someone's new city. Like, who's this new guy? He lives here? Police will stop me in a new city. You know how many times that me and you, when we first got to Madison, that happened to me and Yuki twice. We walking down, what was that, University Avenue? From the south side of the campus. And we were walking through the campus because, mind you, her office is on the other side, and my office is on the science side. So we meet and Verge, we catch a bus, and they just stop and say, what are you guys doing? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, and we felt profiled. We felt so profiled that Yuki wrote a complaint. Yeah. So when you go and move to a city that is not yours, that you're new to, you're going to get that kind of hospitality. And I'm telling you from tribal experience. So moving out is not a solution. It's us. Missouri, doesn't matter Missouri or not, bro. Listen, it doesn't matter where you move to. Missouri is way out of my jurisdiction, bro. Even though we went there before. Yes, we were there before. Only for 3 days. But keep this in mind. Not the city that I would want to live in, because I'm not a farmer, to be honest with you. If I was going to move to Missouri, listen, either I work for a government or I work for, or be a farmer or some sort. And if so, I got to worry about other things like weather disasters and all that kind of insurance. Then I got to buy all this type of insurance for my land. You see, moving out of New York just cost me more money. So, come on. Trust me, I've been there, done it. This is why it's like, I gotta either become a millionaire and just move to a place where I want to be isolated. Just go somewhere. I want to go back to Japan, but the problem with Japan is that I don't want to go back to Osaka. I do want to go to Okinawa, but I don't want to deal with all the military Air Force nonsense. I really don't. So, like I said, I just don't know because I've been around so much. It's like I know what to expect from moving out of New York or moving from anywhere. Like I moved out of Madison after graduation and stuff like that. I still came back to Madison because Madison felt more home to me than New York. But people, come on, moving out of New York is not the solution. The solution is stop telling the people they're going to get free stuff. That's the solution. I understand that it's a stand your ground state, but that doesn't mean it's not a state for me. See, you only vouching for the state. You're not looking at it from my point of view. Not only you're not looking at it from my point of view, look at this, okay? But you got to understand what my criteria are, what my skill sets are, what kind of employment that I'm looking for. Missouri might not have that, so it doesn't fit for everybody. Why do you think your population is so small in Missouri? It's not that it doesn't have interest, it doesn't have the workflow, or mind you, financially spend money on a vehicle. Now I gotta buy a car if I want to move around Missouri. You see, again, moving out of New York just cost me more money. I've been trying to say this to the whole entire video, and people are still trying to say their cities, their state is better to move to. No. That doesn't mean that. No. I know how many times I have heard that, and I have proven people wrong. It's not about you or what your city is. It's about the person that's moving to your city, what their criteria are, what their motives are, where they want to stand in the city. Mind you, if someone's into technology, Missouri is not the place to go. They want to go to Texas. That's where all these big giants are going, to Texas, Austin, basically. But the problem with Texas is, it's a power grid. When a storm hits, or there's a bad storm, there's no independent backup power. If you guys know about the whole Texas power grid system, it's not very efficient. It's not very efficient. And then, mind you, you got to think about winter storms out there. Now you got to pack up. Now you got to think about winter in Missouri. You got to think about all these things, man. You got to think about this. It's just a financial and strategic move to think instead of jumping into things. Yeah, you wouldn't live in New York. See, you see the bias there that you have? You have a bias. I don't have a bias against Missouri. The only thing Missouri doesn't, I don't have a bias. When I say Missouri cannot provide me the work that I'm used to, it's because it doesn't have that work that I'm used to. How many photography jobs, I might do more weddings out there, which is more time consuming for me. I can make a lot of money doing weddings. But like I said, I got to financially spend money now on a vehicle. Then I got to register. Then I got to register LLC. Then I got to register something else. Then I got to register the business. Oh my man, guys, there's so much. I'd rather just move back to Madison and deal with whatever consequences after. But then again, you also need money to stay afloat in Madison. Like I said, there's no place like New York other than Chicago, San Francisco. I used to love Seattle. The buses ran 24/7. You can get from one part of Seattle to another. You can literally get from Seattle to Tacoma. Yes, you can. Tacoma, yes. Washington to Seattle, yes, you can. There's a bus that goes to, yeah. Yo, Photo E-Ike. If you ever watch my videos, bro, that's how I get from Tacoma to Seattle, bro, back in the day. And that's when a photographer called Photo E-Ike say, wait, Panda, you in Seattle? Like, yeah, man, I was. That was back in the day. I was a photographer hanging out, low-key in Seattle, enjoying my life, enjoying the work that I used to do. But now I'm 47. People find me sometimes, they like to use unreliable. And I was like, what do you mean by unreliable? My work history says otherwise. And what they mean by unreliable, like, they want young face. They want when there's a male employer doing the interviews, you notice something different. I notice this a lot. If I was a female and I was wearing something sexy, he would have just, guys, I swear, there's some sexist shit going on in these interviews sometimes. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. Sometimes I feel like these interviews are very sexist. Because when I went to this interview, right, I got the job. There was a woman there, I was like, damn, I'm interested now. And I'm not really interested in dating anyone. But she was hot. She was beautiful. And that's when it hit me. She's hot for a reason. She's trying to get the job without even trying to impress him with the resume. It hit me. Boom. I was like, watch my resume to smoke her little sexiness. Get that shit out of here. That's what I started saying afterwards. Because I knew exactly what she was doing. Using her, mind you, I'm not defaming her, the ladies. I'm just saying, I knew exactly what she was doing. Because she was doing it on purpose from the other men and women inside the weight. Mind you, there was not a small weight room, but it was like a medium weight room. And she was just like flexing. I was like, yeah, okay. She's flexing hard. She's trying to. What's her resume look like? McDonald's, Mickey D's, your Bartista for like 2 years. Yeah, some Bartistas that jump from one coffee shop to another after 1 year. But that's not how you become a master Bartista, everyone. I'm not a Bartista, but I read about being a Bartista. I think I can actually do Bartista if I wanted to. Because I do have a skill set of restaurants qualities. And that's why it impresses people. Wait, you worked in a Japanese restaurant? Yeah. Yeah. So what's up? You got those skills? I'm so sorry. You should have learned it. Cooking is a very viable tool. Mentally, it's a good tool to learn. But, yeah. And I still got the job. And that's why I was like happy, because this woman, mind you, she still looked good. It was just like, I see what she was doing. I wasn't trying to knock it. See, there's ever no food in the community refrigerator. There's never food in the community refrigerators, everyone. This is why we stopped coming. Oh no, I got food at home. And this time, I just put it in containers. So, the owner of the place gave me containers to put my food in. Because the last guy ate all my dumplings, or half my dumplings. Guys, I made over 100 dumplings, and this guy decided to go behind my back when I went to work one day. And my roommate, she's like, isn't that Panda's dumplings? Yeah, she's like my lifesaver, but she's leaving tomorrow. She's going to Cali. Yeah. She's trying to, mind you, she's 36. Mind you, she has been doing law office work for the last 10 years. She just wants a time out. She wants a little 6-month vacation, something like that. Because she works for this law, she worked for this law firm for 5 years, then transferred to this other law firm for another 5 years. So she just wants she's been very nice. This is why I like the international hostel. I can learn I can brush up on my German, my Espanol, my French. And then when there's a Japanese guest, I can greet Japanese guests. If they're not familiar with English, most of them are now understand English. Back in the day, not as much. I see some Korean guests come in. Ooh, you know, I'm making some Korean. I want to make the house to smell like Korean restaurant. So they're like, oh, they're like, wait, I smell Korean. Yeah, kimbap. I smell kimbap. I make them smell it, bro. I make them come down to the kitchen like, oh, it's a black guy too. Oh yeah, I have my experience with Korean women. A lot. Trust me. You should see my photos in college. You're like, yo, Panda, what the hell? Well, that was after Yuki. And then I met E. And then I had to stop. Dude, I'm telling you, everybody only wanted to hang out with me because I used to do all these potluck parties, right? I would spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on potluck parties. I used to make an okonomiyaki. This is why my email is okonomiyaki. I'm really famous at making okonomiyaki 5 different ways from 5 different prefectures in Japan. Because each prefecture makes okonomiyaki differently. I learned that when I was in Japan. And that was the dish I was making because, well, I was pretty good at it. It was pretty simple. I said, okay, I get the ingredients. Then I made a vegan version of it and had my parents try it. They thought it didn't taste the same, but it had that umami flavor, but it did have other ingredients that I substitute. They just didn't like it as much as the original okonomiyaki. Because the original okonomiyaki has like egg, it has pork, like a bacon strips. See, this park is very inconsistent. So I came here the other day to take a picture. If you didn't watch my Instagram, I took a really nice picture of the waterfront. But there's a new park that's open. And I believe there's more down there. Yeah, there's a new park that's open down there. See, a lot of things are opening now in New York City. But anyway, folks. Okay. I don't care. See, you guys are talking about gun holding of the Fourth Amendment. Wasn't even talking about being a gun holder. See, the comments, I'm reading the comments, and it just went the opposite. You're supposed to be focused on what I was supposed to be talking about. Instead, you flip in the script about gun violence. I don't want to talk about guns on this channel, please. If you want to talk about that, listen, that only comes out when we are talking about it, but I didn't talk about that at all. I think that should stay out of the comment. This is why I got to flag comments, and this is why you have to be careful what you comment, ladies and gentlemen, because you hurt my channel as well. See, the algorithm is programmed to read your comments and see what your interests are, and this is why my interests are really crazy on Instagram. I mean, on YouTube, because when you guys start talking about that, now I'm gonna get video content based on that now. Seriously. I'm talking about survival and moving out of New York. You guys are talking about other things, and this is why you're kind of biased against New York, because you said it yourself in the comment that you would never live in New York. You have a bias. I never said I didn't want to live in Missouri. It's just Missouri doesn't have the opportunities for me. You got to think about this strategically. Like I said before, but no one's listening. So take everything what I just said with a grain of salt. You don't remember. Yo, why do people leave these weird comments? Get rid of you. Yeah, I would delete everyone that makes false statements, because I'm about to show a good example why you shouldn't do the things you say online. Because the person that's been emailing me, he's about to get a very good awakening call very soon. And I mean it. And I'm going to publicly share it, because I'm going to show you how we're going to serve this guy, because he thinks he's untouchable. Brooklyn, no, I would say Queens has the best Brooklyn pizza now. Mind you, I just donated some pizza, some specialty pizza from Trey's Pizza Lab in Long Island City. You guys, mind you, I donated it to a community refrigerator. If you haven't been seeing my videos lately, you should watch them. All right. Gotta remove that comment. Sorry, trashing that comment, bro. You should read the rules before you comment, please. I want everyone to read the rules. There's rules before you comment. I know you can see it, because that's not true that it's not there. You know how many times I double checked all of my settings? The rules on the channel is there. You comment. You use any profanity, racism, or provoke any violence, you will be removed from the channel. That's how it works. But as I said, I'm going to show you proof how I'm going to take care of someone that's been trolling me for a long time. I met the right kind of legal people now, and it's time to make trying to make a chess move. And you are going to, most of you are going to say, you're just in this for the money. I am in this for the money, because this costs me financial. Yeah, I'm in it for the money, because this is financial. You guys are costing me. You're costing my business. You got me fired from my job. You're harassing me. You're causing my photography business to not get clients. That is a financial burden, and that's what this person is going to pay. This person thinks he's untouchable, like no one knows who he is. This is why I'm not going to reveal his name until they serve the papers. And that's when I'm going to be public, because my attorney told me if I do this now, it's just going to damage me. So I'm listening to my legal advice, not listening to none of you. But yes, I was here the other day taking a picture. If you didn't see the picture on Instagram or on the YouTube post, this is called the Dog Beach. Yeah. This here is called the Dog Beach. So dogs come out here and play. We can go out there too, since the water level is pretty low. So let's go around. I did bring my camera with me this time too. So yes, I'm sponsored by Maven filters. And not only a tripod company just reached out to me just 2 days ago, asking me if I wanted to review a tripod. But I told them I will have to wait on that one, because I got too much on my plate. I don't want to make promises to brands that I can't keep. It's not that I don't want to make a video. I just don't want too much product, because I'm selling products so I can pay my rent right now. So this is why I'm also asking you for help, ladies and gentlemen in the audience. That my ex-wife Yuki is helping me with my rent. She's sending over an equivalent of $682. I'm just $124 short. I think that's the math. Because, mind you, the owner of the house too, we planned to sell for $800, and then June it goes up to $1,000, because that's when the busiest. But yeah, come on, guys. Gotta be careful. See? Gotta be careful. Put on the wrong boots. Dude, to get a shot up here is amazing. This is like mind you, this is covered with water most of the time. So to get a shot out here, it's like, this is epic, bro. This is epic. This is why I like to come out here in the mornings. There's really no one out here. Look at this, guys. This is so epic, bro. Oh, I love this view, bro. Literally. Oh, let's get a shot before it's too late. Now, am I going to take a shot here? Or... No, I already got that shot before, from that point of view. Dude. Uh-oh. That tide is moving. I can see it. Okay. I just want to take you guys out here. Because this is rare. This is underwater most of the time. So this is rare to be out here. Oh, my panda. Oh, slippery. Slippery. Very slippery, everyone. Oh. Dude. I feel like I'm floating on water. Kind of. Dude, this is so cool, man. This is why I love being a photographer and a videographer. Catching those moments that no one can ever take from you. But yeah. But anyway, so with that said, everyone, I need your help today, well, this weekend, because it's due on Monday. So I want to say thanks, Yuki, for always being there. You know, I know you always hear me say that on the phone, but I'm just saying, I want the audience to know why you always try to look out for my best interests, because I'm not the bad guy. If you guys want to know, yes, like, this is why I say I don't have New Yorkers taking care of me like New York is supposed to. Yuki's Japanese. I got all my Asian friends helping me, and people outside of New York helping me, like Michael Collins and Phil and Alicia. And Laura Bryant's a New Yorker, but he moved out of New York a long time ago. That's because it's his son. His son is a cancer survivor. So... it's pretty famous too. Iron Boy. Oh, I wanna. All right. So let's try to get a shot. I'm gonna go over here now. I don't want to fall. Cause that's algae. That's slippery. You gotta be careful. All right. Yeah. Ooh. Alright, you know what I should do? Let's go back. I got an idea, because I don't think I can sit the bag down here safely. So, what I'm going to do is... Oh, see? See? This is the dangerous part. That's algae. That's slippery. So we gotta get low. This is what... this thing is so dangerous, bro. Because that algae, you slip... You definitely got back problems. Ooh, see? Slipped on that rock. Alright, we're going to go back. We're going to set up the camera in the safe zone. So, I'm going to safely set up in a very safe zone here without compromising my gear. All right. I think this is safe. All right. Because I gotta... All right. Tripod, check. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to help me with my rent, there's a PayPal and a Venmo. All I need is $125. If anybody wants to help out, please do so. Yeah, because I don't get paid until the 15th of this month, and I just started a new job. And a lot of my closest and dearest people that I love, my own family. That's Yuki's not family. She's not blood. She's been in my life for a while. And I would likely say she's the less racist person I ever met. Okay. Got my Maven filters. Oh yeah, Maven filters, baby. So, got my magnetic Maven filter set. This is all magnetic. This is my Sunway Photo T8 or DT03 two-way tilt. It's a pretty darn good tilt. And this is the M3 micro rail. There's some quirky stuff wrong with it, but for the most part, it works. Okay. So for this shot, I'm not sure, since it's very smooth and casual right now, I'm going to shoot with I'm going to use this. Okay. Put that over there. So that's my glow. That's my LPLs, CPLs, 3-stop, 6-stop, 10-stop. Just use a 6-stop dark CPL this time. I start to love these dark CPL filters. From Maven Filters. Oh, I want to use a glow filter too. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. You see how easy that was? Seriously, everyone. Get your pair. I got an affiliate link down in the descriptions below if anyone's interested in Maven filters. They literally are sending me all this stuff for free. Yes, they send me all this stuff for free. And they like my work. I just wish I can start selling prints again like I did before this whole pandemic and this. But I'm going to get a shot of this. I like this rock. And then we can go out there. Let's turn this. Oops. Whoa. How's my camera turning on inside? Dude. What the hell is going on? That's the third time that's happened. Yeah. Not sure why the camera's power button's on. That's the third time it's happened in this backpack. Look, and it got a Canon battery that's coming off. Yeah, that's a Canon battery. He's like, what's going on with you, Panda? Like, that's not me, it's Canon. It's their stuff. I just don't know how I keep killing the battery. But then again, I do have Black Magic This is Blackmagic Cinema program on this Canon camera. See, I got Magic Lantern installed on this camera. Please do not do this. If you're not a software engineer, you don't know how to code, you don't know how to program cameras, please don't do this. I did this because I have the knowledge and the education to do it. Don't do it, and Canon hates me for doing that. Trust me, they hate me. That's why I can never be sponsored by a photography brand like Canon. And they're like, no, you like to jailbreak our software, and they could have just locked me up for that. Knowing Canon. Okay. Move this out the way. Says I'm overexposed. Okay. Come on. Give me that. Actually, let me just get lower. Alright, I think I need to use a different ND filter. Because even at 13 seconds, it says it's overexposed at ISO 100. And that is actually at F10. It says 13 seconds, F10, ISO 100. So we're going to switch the filter. So what I'm going to do is there you go. And then take this one. I want to use the glow. Okay, that's better. See, that's a 10-star dark CPL. That is what I want. Okay, so put these in my pocket. But I want the ISO at 160. I don't want it too much underexposed. Alright. Now I'm zooming in. I want to make sure the shot is. Okay, zoom in again. See, I'm zooming in. I'm not sure you guys can see. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure this is sharp. So, 13 seconds, F10, ISO 160. 2 seconds, shutter. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see that shot. Oh, that looks amazing. Yeah. Did you guys see that? Oh, wow. Look at the reflection of that water. Like, woo. Hot diggity dog. Yeah. All right, now we gotta get one out there now. That's the challenge. Because it's very slippery. Let's get another one. This is perfectly exposed too. Sometimes I like to go a stop under just a little bit. Yeah, thank you, Yuki. Yuki's my moderator. I can't believe you're up at this time. You should be going to sleep. It's getting late in Japan. All right, let's do another shot. Do we have everything, everybody? Now, I can do bracketing, but that takes up a lot of storage in my hard drive, and I'm running out of hard drive space. And storage capacity is expansive these days. All right. Before I even proceed, let me just take this off. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Alright, we got has his suit on because I just want to show you. This is my media press pass, my press jacket. Alright, and now, so people can see me. If I'm go out there, if something happens, they can say, hey, there's a guy out there. Because with dark color clothing, people are not going to really see. You have something bright. Okay. Okay. We want to get a shot up here, man. Oh, wow. Look at this. Ooh, slippery right there. It's slippery right here. Holy sh... Whoa. Can we mount this up on something? Okay. Okay. Woo. All right. My horizon is not... Yeah, that seems pretty good. I should be facing the opposite. Okay. Yeah, I should be facing the opposite. Yeah, that doesn't look perfect. Okay, it's taking me more time to get this shot. Okay, so I gotta realign. This is tricky with all these algae, and I don't have my claws. I would have replaced the foot with claws. I don't have the claws because they got misplaced. So I do apologize. But I'm gonna zoom in again, make sure everything is zoomed in. Oh, it's perfect. This one's a little bit overexposed, so I might have to dial it down just a little bit. But yes, everyone, I need your support. I'm struggling to pay my rent right now. I'm $123 short, but you know, it's still $125. So I do have a PayPal. Anyone that wants to support what I'm trying to do. I'm not a big famous YouTuber, and YouTube just demonetized a video if you see my YouTube post. Like, why? What did I do? Yeah, they're just doing dumb stuff these days. Alright, let's go see that picture. Okay, it's decent, okay. It's okay. It's not something amazing, in my opinion. I want to get over there somehow, but I feel like I don't want to play devil's advocate right now, because this is kind of, it's not scary. I just don't have the right boots on. That's why. My other boots are in, yeah, I would have just, okay, maybe out here. Let me push back a little bit. I want you guys to see what I'm seeing. Yeah, see, I don't like this composition because too much rocks in the foreground. So I need to move up. I want some water mass in the shot, most of the shot. Somehow I need to like, oh, whoa, fuck me. Yo, let's not do stupid stuff. I think that's about right. Actually, okay, that looks better. Okay, this shot looks better. It's not perfect alignment. It's almost there though. See, this one is overexposed by it. So I'm gonna, yeah, I want it perfect exposed. Okay. Woo! Let's hope I get a good shot on this one, because I see something. Look at that duck. Hey, ducky. Alright. Let's see what that looks like. Okay. Something. It's not a perfect alignment, but I should make it perfect. Don't have to crop. There you go. There you go. Alright, let me bring down the ISO a little bit. There you go. ISO 125 now. Whew. So I'm using the Glow Diffusion 1/4 from Maven filters, and I'm using a dark CPL 10 stop on my IRIX 15. Oh, that looks amazing. not sure you guys can see that. Very nice. Let's take another one. I like these clouds. But thank you for watching, everyone. But I really need your support right now, because I don't want to be homeless again. So if anyone has the financial love and heart and compassion. But like I said, thank you, Yuki, for looking out. Because it's been rough. Alright, one more shot and we out of here. Actually, I want to get a landscape shot too. Because I do a lot of my cityscape shots in vertical. I used to do a lot in landscape, but I just feel like I don't know. It might just be the scene. Hold on, let me get one wide. Oh, when you rotate it. Okay. It goes back. This one's not bad. I like the solo rock. It's just one rock right there, and yeah, that shot is, yeah, that's my money shot right there. Because the water is floating around the rock too. You can see it right here, floating around the rock. Yeah, that's why I wanted some separation from these rocks, but because I want the water to be the landscape though. But put this on 0 meters. Yes, I am metering my shot. You see? Ooh, that's a nice shot too. Get a nice little land shot. I should have got one of that rock. I should do another one for the rock. But ooh, that one's nice. Alright, can I bring this down a little bit? Yeah, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit. See what the city landscape is? I'm sure you guys can see. It's right on my horizon too. That's where I want that. And emphasize these rocks. Woo! Hand of making magic out here, friends. You don't need to be a pro photographer to make magic. I want to say thank you to Maven Filters for making this all happen. You know, they send me all these nice filters and nice items, tripods and stuff like that. Thank you, Maven Filters, for looking out for your boy Panda. But I got a special delivery from them now. I want them to use my work to emphasize the 10-stop and glow. Yes, I'm using a splash filter, which is also called a UV filter, but it blocks out UV light. Yeah, that looks good. Now, if I was to change that composition though, ooh, see how that changes? All right. Okay. So now we're gonna make our way back. Okay. The challenge is to make it back safely. Okay. You see with that rock? Yeah, see the water's coming up fast. You see? You see the water? It's coming up. Uh-oh. It's time to boogie. It's time to boogie. Yeah, see, that rock was not underwater just a moment ago when we came this way. See? Oh, boy. All right. Yeah. I got the shot. that most people were like, no! See? You see? The water came up. Oh, my panda. We got to get out of here. Oh. Oh, shit. Excuse my language, but... Oh. Yeah, because we walked through this part. So now... See, the water plank is underwater now. You see, it wasn't before. Uh-huh. Yep, it's boogie boogie. Alright. It's boogie. Alright, let's get one more shot of this rock. Because I really like that shot. But I want to get a landscape shot. Okay. You sure need to get up and close and personal with this rock. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Come on. Sorry, everyone. Some of this landscape is not... Okay. Oh. Now it says I'm underexposed. I'm going to do F10 again. And I'm going to increase the ISO to 160. Oh, I pressed the shutter button by accident. Darn it. Gotta wait 13 seconds. Alright, let's be safe this time. Oh, I just messed up my composition. Let me lock this. Okay. Sorry everyone, I'm just trying to get my shot. My lower back is kind of hurting again. But man, we got our shot before that went underwater again. See, the water's coming closer. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look aligned, I can tell. Yeah, doesn't look aligned at all. Okay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing. If you guys want to support, please do. I need a savior right now to pay the other portion of my rent. Take one more. See, it's aligned perfectly now. So 13 seconds, F10, ISO 160. But I'm using a Maven filter Show Glow Diffusion 1/4 strength, and I'm using a dark CPO 10 stop. So with that said, everyone, thank you for your support, but I see you guys in the next video.